How you doing, everyone? I'm still doing some time trialing with some of my cars, and I set a track up today, a couple days after I had set it up originally. Did my original time trial, and something very interesting happened. So it was kind of difficult to find my correct angle that I had from the exact same time. So I looked at the height, and the height is about 44 inches off the ground. So I try to get it as close to 44. And it looks like it's just slightly less of an angle than the last time. And what I noticed is that when I redid some of the cars I did before, like my Hot Bird Hot One, so I redid this one, and then I redid the funny car. And what I noticed was that the lesser the angle, the faster the hot ones became, therefore showing that this is kind of what I wanted to prove, was that weight matters depending on the weight of the car depends upon your angle. So if I have a very steep angle, that weight of that car, just like natural gravity, is going to pull that car down faster, therefore keeping the results a little bit more skewed and keeping the heavier cars faster. So angle has a lot to do with it. And if you want to, like I said, about natural speed of the car, like for example, when I laid this car down, it just rolled right off the table just because the wheels are are so smooth. Whereas compared to the Hershey car, which is actually on one of the websites during the Hot Wheels Nationals races, that's in its own category because they say, oh, they're just too fast. Well, it's not that they're too fast because the angle they're using on the track is very, very steep on the 8. If you can see my pictures on Instagram, you see a picture of that track, and if you actually look up the website or actually find the races themselves, it's about 6 to 7 feet off the ground, the track, and it's just way too much of an angle to show for these cars to just race. So I redid it. Now I have a 20-foot track. Now that's technically not a quarter mile. A quarter mile, if you look at a true 1/64 scale, a quarter mile is 20 feet, 7.5 inches. This is exactly 20 feet to like right down to from the eye here, not from the start, but from the eye for what it catches it from this little eye right here to the other eye just beyond the finish line. And that is exactly 20 feet. So I'm going to use the standard of 20 feet since that's what everybody uses. I'm not going to extend it. I'd actually have to put one more piece slightly under the foot track piece. These track pieces I said are about 11 3/4 inches or so. So I got to cut a little bit. Now it's just too much of a pain to do that to make it a true 20 feet, 7.5 inches to make it a true quarter mile. So what I noticed with the times now, my Hot Bird now went 1.687, whereas the funny car actually got slower as I decreased the angle. So, and like I said, it's only 1 inch difference. So it was like 44 as compared to like 44.5 or so. So what that tells me is that I really want to keep a consistent angle every time I set up the track, because it literally will be random results every time I set it up, just unless I have the perfect, this is a 4-foot, 1 inch board. And obviously this is a 6-foot board or so, give or take, maybe a quarter inch more. So I've really got to make sure it's consistently set up. So basically, that's about it. Just wanted to go over that briefly, and that's about it.